Okay,
Yeah.
Kevin,
What's
are
up?
you ready to do the name thing?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're doing a podcast. The idea was I'm going to come up with ideas. You're going to come up with ideas. We're going to go back and forth, see which one we like, because we haven't shared these yet. Right? Okay.
So I was thinking like something show. I know it's very basic, whatever.
Mhm.
But my number 2 choice is the Bombazo show. And Bombazo just means like bomb, big ass.
That is my second choice.
Let's go. No
Hold on.
way.
Yeah.
No
Hold on.
way.
Let me show you something.
Yo, that's clean. What the
Isn't that
frick?
crazy?
What the hell?
Kevin, who are you?
Yes, well, welcome. Okay, one thing that would make sense for us to talk about
Mm-hmm.
is just our upbringing on why we enjoy this sport, how we got into it.
Okay.
So I'll give you the quick synopsis. Hi, my name's Kevin. I was born in Argentina. My mom is from Argentina. My dad is American. They met down there. They had me. And eventually we actually moved back to the United States. So growing up, I've watched Argentinian League, South American leagues, all different countries. I paid attention to Europe. And really didn't look at anything else outside of those few areas until 2013. Kansas City, where I live in Kansas, so Kansas City is supposed to be my club.
Okay.
They rebranded, so they got pretty much a new team. We were the Kansas City Wizards, now we're Sporting Kansas City. They built their own stadium, and it was that basically the first ball roll for clubs to get their own stadium, to kind of get their own they could be more professional, I guess, instead of playing in other like football stadiums or whatever. Anyways, so 2013, I decided, look, I gotta at least support my quote unquote local team where I live now. So I kind of paid attention to Sporting Kansas City here and there, and then my older brother surprised me and my family with MLS Cup final tickets. Sporting Kansas City was in the final, and it was amazing. We won the final, and ever since then I've been a Sporting Kansas City fan through the best and the worst times, I would say.
Yeah.
And continually watching the Argentina, the national team. Always watching River Plate because that's my actual local club. And that's it. That's where I'm at. I've been on YouTube for like 9 years next month, doing not soccer related stuff. It was like true crime stuff.
True crime. Interesting.
Yes,
okay.
sir. And so I started doing that, and then right before the Copa America, the last one, I thought, look, I want to make a side channel and do watch along because I love two things: true crime films, documentaries, and footy. And I thought, all right, I'll just do a watch along for the Copa America. Was a banger because Argentina won it finally,
Right.
and it was like this huge thing. I missed it. I made an MLS video. It wasn't true crime, but it was more like things that pissed me off about the league. And then I got hooked into doing sporting streams. I thought there's no one doing sporting streams, which is kind of embarrassing for a club that's been here for a while. And I thought, you know what? Screw it. I'll do sporting watch-alongs. And there we are now, kind of doing that and hanging out, talking to footy people like you. And that's pretty much it. That's me.
That's kind of cool. Wait, do you just still do the true crime stuff?
Yeah. So
What's it called?
go ahead. So the channel, it's kind of goofy and it might not make sense, but the channel is the number 4B TV.
4B TV.
Yeah. It's like small, like less than 10,000 subs, I think. And
what does that mean?
What does it mean? What do you mean?
4B TV.
Yes. So it's so stupid. So actually, like in middle school, I think going into high school, I just wanted to learn how to edit. I wanted to do something to do with film, some job, like maybe an editing job, color correction, whatever. I just wanted to be in the film industry, but I just wanted to learn how to do it. And there's no good film schools in Kansas. So that summer into, I think, almost going into my freshman year, I thought, I'm going to make a YouTube channel and learn how to edit. And the idea was I was going to be vlogging and filming with 4 of my friends. So me and there would be 4 of us. So we couldn't think of a name, something goofy but different and interesting. So I have no idea. Don't even ask me how we got here. But I think my younger brother brought up 4-brained bros. I have no idea how we got there.
4-brained bros. Okay.
Yes, and then after some time, I changed it to 4B. So there's the 4-brained is still in there, and then I just slapped on TV. I just needed to rebrand because I was getting into like no more vloggy stuff. It got into really dark fucking true crime murder serial killer shit. So I was like,
right.
Let me rebrand this. And yeah, ever since then I like I said, I haven't uploaded in like 3 months. Like since the World Cup, I have not uploaded because I've been streaming World Cup. Then I took a break, and then MLS season started up again. But
right,
yeah, that's
hell
pretty
yeah,
much it. Yeah.
I did not expect that. I did not expect you to say that. That's kind of interesting. That's so funny.
Yeah.
No, I like the I like that. That's cool. I love true crime stuff, so that's sick. My name is James or Britton, which most people know me by,
so
or
Britton for sure.
So my name is James Britton.
Yes, James
those are my
Britton.
first 2 names, right?
Okay.
So, but my parents, when I was growing up, decided to call me Brit for some reason, which, if you can only imagine, all of the people call me Brittany for like, I don't know, 20 years, something a long time. Call me Brittany for a really long time. And so, so Britton on the MLS stuff. But I've also been streaming and / YouTube for a long time under Ohpee, which is mainly gaming, not with like the MLS stuff. But I was talking to my editor one time. I was like, I just want to do like a fun thing, like, because streaming in YouTube was more like a career thing, and I was like, I want to do like the same thing because I really enjoy this, but I want to do it for something that I love, which was soccer in general.
Right.
So we just made that for fun, and it just started doing well. So W for that. But my history with the game is I grew up in North Carolina, which is where I still live. As you probably know, in the South in America, it's not really a well-known sport, or maybe not well-known, but it's like a
it's not number one.
Yeah, it's got this like weird like stigma of like you're a little pansy if you play the sport. So I grew up not in a soccer family at all. It was baseball, basketball, football. That's just how it was. Like my grandfather played at Georgia, was a pitcher. My dad was going to play at Clemson and pitch. And so we grew up in like that old-fashioned American whatever nonsense. But I had a best friend in middle school that was like, hey, they're doing soccer tryouts. You should come play. I was like, oh, okay, we'll do that. Yeah, sure. But I didn't like bring anything. So I'm like, we had a uniform and I am in khaki pants, a polo with a belt and like loafer shoes trying out for a soccer team. Granted, it's middle school. It's not like it's not like U18 and like U17 or whatever, however old you are in middle school, or like U12 or whatever. It's not nearly as popular or a big deal, but still I'm out there trying to play soccer for the first time ever, mind you. Doing that. And so then it grew and I went on to play in high school, and then I played till I was like 21, 22, however old college stuff is. And then I coached for like 3 or 4 years. And then I played indoor leagues until I hurt my knee at work and all this other stuff. And so now, but I never really got into MLS because in North Carolina, we didn't have a team. The closest one was like Atlanta. And it's 2 states below. So it's not really like I can just hop on in the car and go down there and watch a game. You don't get like the neighborhood vibe. You don't get any of that stuff. So until Charlotte had a team, I really only paid attention to Premier and Championship in England. So
who's your team?
So I never really cared for Premier as much as I did for Championship. So, but my coach, one of my coaches in high school was a Tottenham fan. So that was my team for Premier because he was that way. Because we would always go to his house for like after game stuff or weekend stuff, and he'd always have like either a rerun of a game or a live game on, and we would watch it there. But for Championship, which I guess now they're in Premier, which is Nottingham. So I've always loved Forest. So that's the team that I go with there. But
that's cool.
It's kind of nice that they're in Premier now, but also kind of tough to watch sometimes, you know, because I'm used to them doing pretty well, but
don't want to go down.
I don't want to go down there. I think they're sitting at 13, 14 right now.
Yeah,
so
actually kind of surprising.
It's not too bad.
No,
it could be worse. But so then Charlotte popped off with the team last year. So that's really like, I've always followed MLS, but not really cared too much what happened. So then Charlotte came that last year. I knew it was going to be a rough year, so I kind of kept my distance to be like, do I want to step in? Do I want to not step in? Because it is owned by the same person that owns the Panthers in NFL, which is not, in my mind,
not good.
A fun thing. It's not. It's not like a great. People are already calling Charlotte FC the Panthers of the MLS, and that hurts.
Yeah,
but I get it because it's the same stadium, it's the same owner, it's the same colors. Like I get it. And with this season start so far, it's not looking like they're too far off still. So we'll see how that goes in the future. But that's my intro to MLS.
That's cool.
We've talked about all of where we are with it. We've talked about all the fandoms. Can we talk about the league table right now and how kind of strange and weird? Let me pull it up and so I can know the exact things, but
it's just not what we would have guessed, especially Western Conference, St. Louis in second right now. Are you kidding me? And then everyone was having them dead last.
No, well, okay, we gotta talk about the fact that they were kind of no like hate to St. Louis because they did capitalize on all of the chances.
Hate for St. Louis. Let's do
it. Okay, but they were kind of given both of those wins.
Yeah, 1 goal in open play is everyone saying. Yeah,
it's crazy because like I didn't really watch the entire Austin St. Louis game, but since I'm a Charlotte fan, I watched that whole game. We literally gave them a header, own goal. Okay, so the first goal at their stadium on their opening night was Enzo getting his first goal in the league.
My
great,
boy.
Right?
Yeah.
Then their second goal ever was also Charlotte, but it was for them. So it was so it was Bill Tuiloma, his first. He's been playing, and he's only been playing for Charlotte for 2 games, but he's been playing fantastic, and so it kind of hurts to see that happen.
Yeah,
but they were kind of just given to him because he owned goals heads over Cisniega, and then we got a handball, which I hate the rule of I understand the rule because you could technically be in the goal and stop it, and then you would not get a PK, but. The fact that you can shoot from outside the box and they're right inside the box and accidentally hit it and they get a PK out of it is super annoying to me. And then we pass it just like Austin. We pass it straight back to Klaus in front of our goal. It's just not because that's exactly what happened to Austin too. I don't know what it is about St. Louis's offense, but for some reason, it's just confusing so far, Austin. But we also got to talk about how Austin's defense in general is kind of struggling right now. How do you lose to a Haitian team that hasn't played in a year? 3-0.
I don't care what the lineup was.
I know insane. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if I can watch that game or where to watch that game, but I want to go watch that game because I love Austin.
What was it on? Yeah, I love them too, and the fans have been really, really nice to me, and they're awesome. Yeah, they're great, the coolest dudes, and that's the thing though. I saw the game, and I mean. The whole time I was thinking, there's no shot this is the same Austin from last year. Not even 1% of this team.
But they didn't lose anybody.
Bad. No,
right?
They did not lose anyone.
I don't understand.
Dude, that was maybe the biggest shock, and then the second biggest was losing a home opener to a brand new team.
That's a brand new team. I think that's what shocked everyone the most about St. Louis.
Yeah.
Is that it was a way for them, and who they're fighting against is not a pushover.
And
it's not a team that should just die.
Yeah, I will give St. Louis credit, no matter how much I don't like them. That Klaus dude is a monster. Just size,
oh my god,
drops dudes. Does not matter who you are.
He's a workhorse too. He doesn't stop. He just keeps going and going and going and going.
I think everyone was making fun of them because they were like, oh, they're not worried about signing international players.
Yeah, because they didn't spend a lot of money. Recruiting, and I think it shows how selective they were and how well they know what they want. Kind of scary for everyone else for future.
Oh, for sure.
So if they're already doing the right things, and it was before they've even played together, it's kind of now they have the pieces that they put together, and now they'll be able to kind of okay, what are we missing? Yeah. But it doesn't feel right now. It doesn't really feel like they're missing much.
No, I think what we really want to see is them play a team that look no offense to who they already played, but there was already struggles. So and they got lucky, like you said. So now I want to see them play on LAFC or a team just more set in defense. Are they going to be able to punch through? I don't know. It's very interesting. But if nobody had them in playoffs. If they are in the playoffs, it's going to be a bad playoffs for Sporting.
Are we talking last the way playoffs were last time, or now that there's 2 extra teams that technically get to? Are we going to count? Do you count 8 and 9 as in the playoffs?
I kind of go off of it like baseball, wild card. Is that playoffs? They call it playoffs. It doesn't feel like it yet.
Whoever wins the game, I consider, I guess, playoffs. But I don't count that game to be a playoff game. I feel like that's an extra game to determine who's in because I think that's what it needs to be. It's funny because this would lead right into his craziest hot takes for the season. So do you have any crazy hot takes for the season or no?
Let me think. So like,
okay,
I was thinking about this yesterday, on just like what would be absolutely wild, but something I truly believe in.
Okay.
And here's, oh God, there's two. I have two. One of them is so goddamn biased that it's just going to be an overall eye roll. And
Listen. This is our show.
Yeah,
we are allowed to be. We are allowed to be biased. Okay?
Exactly.
We can say whatever we want, and they have to listen.
Yeah, exactly.
They have to accept it. So
I'll say the bias thing. One. Okay.
Okay.
Bias thing number one is I know it has been a really shitty start for the season for my club for Sporting. Okay, and I have admitted that. I've said it on live. Fine. I've been able to talk to some of the guys. I've talked to some people behind the scenes that have been around the club for like so many years. And the excitement, even after those two not good games, like the first game against Portland, we conceded really early and then dominated and couldn't do anything. Against Colorado, it was like we owned the field, but we just couldn't score.
Right.
The excitement around the team, though, and we have 3 huge players, 2 DPs injured that are coming soon. I honestly, and Sporting World is going to look at me like, what the fuck? I honestly think we're going to like finish top 3. And I'm saying this. I know. I'm just going to fuck up our whole season. But only because I know it's going to start off really shitty. But like once we hit June, we should have everyone. And I mean, Alan Pulido, everyone back. And then we fight. And then we go to the end. Talking to like the coach and stuff, he was so not worried about. Well, we should never worry about playoffs because it's everyone and their mom gets in. But he was so comfortable about saying like this team has some crazy talent. We just have 3 injuries. Okay, that's hot take number 1. I think no one's gonna believe that.
Before you move on, I want to say that I did watch your media day video.
Okay,
and it was like very interesting to see how calm they were. Even I don't know what his name was, but he was like, "Bro, you got to give us slack. We're 2 games in. We're chilling. We're chilling."
So it
was very interesting.
It caught me off guard there too. I was like, because coming off those 2 games, it did not look good, and we were just like lacking. And then when I'm going to talk to like strikers, where we have not scored a goal this year, they're just like, "Hey man, relax.
We'll get there. It'll open. The bank will open." I mean, if you look at it, y'all had 11 shots on target, which is, I know it's Colorado. And so it's a little bit.
Yeah.
But that goalie was on another planet. On another planet that entire game, and it was crazy. So 11. I mean, the opportunities are there. The shots are there. Granted, your possession was low, but it doesn't really. When you're having 11 opportunities to score on target. 16 total. It's kind of, you don't really need the possession, honestly.
So here's the other one that is, I mean, they're playing really good right now, but I thought of this right before the season started. There is like his name's Brandon. He's like an adamant FC Dallas fan. One of the only ones I personally know. Okay. Anyways, he's always chatting with me, talking to me about Dallas. So I just kind of get all my information through him. And anyways, he was talking about it before the season started. Like, hey, there were some serious holes last season, but we think we filled them. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. And then watching their first 2, they played 2 games. Yeah, first 2 games, I think they won 1, lost 1, right, or something like that.
Yes.
The game they won, they looked delicious. I mean, they looked so good, and they have this striker that is a beast when he wants to fucking be a beast.
When he wants to be, yeah.
So here's my hot take, okay? I think if Sporting finishes 3rd, I think Dallas finishes 2nd and makes a deep run in the playoffs. That is my hot take. It's going to seem a little crazy because the game they lost, they were not playing well. And Dallas is famous for choking and just not doing well in the playoffs. So I might bite my own words, but I'm saying they finished 3rd or 2nd. There
okay. So Sporting 3rd, Dallas 2nd. Wait, who did you say was first? LA?
I think LA. Yeah.
FC. Okay. And you're moving Austin down to 4th.
Yes, sir. And the only reason why I think is they're definitely going to struggle for a while, maybe until summertime. They need new signings for sure. They need more guys in that back because they look crazy in defense. What about you?
That's fair. So, well, since you gave a biased answer, I'll give a
Sure.
biased answer.
Yeah.
I think that Charlotte. So Charlotte, before I give my answer, Charlotte right now
Mhm.
has zero identity. Like they have no idea where they want people to play,
Yeah.
except for their back line, and even then, it's a little bit kind of all over the place. So we've got like uh Tuoloma left center back, and you've got Malata right center back, and then you've got Jones in that CDM spot. But
Mhm.
then they kind of like burn on the right side on defense, and but then like everybody else except for Enzo, who's up at the top,
Sure.
is kind of like moving around. They keep Josviak on the left
Mhm.
side, but like they don't know what to do with Swiderski. They don't really know where to put Ashley Westwood because he's new.
Yeah.
Enzo's new. Bill Tuoloma's new. It's like they're just kind of putting people in these spots and like kind of testing them out because like technically I think Swiderski is more of like a false nine
Yeah.
where he's definitely supposed to be up top, but they've been playing him outright, which is very strange. So
Yes.
once they like get their so I gotta back up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So throughout their first season, their coach is no longer the same coach as their first season, like the first half of their season. So
Yep.
Latanzio kind of has to figure out what he's got and where he wants to go with who he needs to bring in. And so he's putting all the pieces together. Their recruiting is putting all the pieces together, and they're kind of having to like deal with what they had and then
Yep.
put them all together, right? So with the pieces they have, I don't think they understand how to play with each other yet, but they're so good at what they do
Mhm.
that I think once they have the identity and once they have like the idea of who they are and playing on turf, mind you,
Mhm.
for most of the games, because I don't think Westwood played on turf in England. I don't
No.
think Enzo played on turf. So it's like they're trying to figure out how to do that while also trying to figure out how to be a team. You've got the Anton Walks stuff at the beginning of the
Yeah.
team that also kind of like threw a whole wrench in everything, which is terrible and unfortunate, and they have these holes everywhere. Once
Yep.
they figure that out, I don't know if it'll be this year. I
Fair.
definitely think with the playoffs the way it is, they're going to be there,
Yeah.
whether it's wild card or not.
I think so too.
I really think they'll win the wild card game if they're in the wild card game. They might win the next one,
Yep.
but I don't think they're going to go too deep.
Okay.
Next year, though, depending on who's there, if
Mhm.
they stay there, if the coach is still there, I think we could see a top 5 in East. I
Yeah.
think. I think we
Yeah.
could because they could be dangerous. They just aren't right now. They're giving up a lot of nonsense. But when they play really well, like they're very good at like ticky tacky playing right
Mhm.
now, which is I think what Ashley Westwood brings to it, where he's more like tactical instead of MLS offense. Like shove this down your throat
Yeah. Yeah.
type of thing. They kind of slow. They start in the back. Both games we've watched, they start in the back. They kind of work it around. They do what they need to. They get it up there, and then they cross, and then they're in. And it's just like once when that's working, it's great. But then things like right now, because they don't really know each other, they don't know the turf, things are falling apart. So right
Yeah.
now, I don't know. I'll say maybe 7th.
You guys might get saved though, because the thing is, this year we have the regular season, you have Leagues
Mhm.
Cup, and
Yes.
the Open Cup. So it actually might ramp up that figuring out time.
I think so
this
too.
year.
And also, Charlotte just announced so there's a tournament in Cary, North Carolina. That's called the tournament, the soccer
Mhm.
tournament, and it's
Okay.
a 7v7. And Wrexham is actually coming
Oh
to play in
yes,
it. So
yeah,
Charlotte announced yesterday or today that they're also going to be in it, and that's in June. So it's like,
yes.
so you've got Leagues Cup, you've got the tournament, you've got a bunch of other things that hopefully will tighten them up a little bit and give them a
Yes.
little bit more of like a different sense instead of just like 11v11 normal
Yeah, for sure.
MLS ball. So maybe they'll have their time to do
I'm
other
gonna
things.
see
But I
if I
think,
can actually go out there because
dude, do it. I'll be there.
yeah, so I edit for Jimmy Conrad, and he has a team. I forgot who
Okay.
he's pairing with someone else, and they're making like a little team to go out.
Heck
And
yeah.
dude, I might be able to convince him. Be like, all right, send me out there with you. That would
Yes.
be dope. We could link up. That would be sick.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
Kevin.
What's
Are
up?
you ready to do the name thing?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're doing a podcast. The idea was I'm going to come up with ideas. You're going to come up with ideas. We're going to go back and forth, see which one we like because we haven't shared these yet. Right? Okay. This is not the one that I really want. But it's one that I've thought about for a long time before I even met you and all those other things. Like this would be cool to do. So you know, like how they say bitchin', right? Like that's bitchin',
Sure.
but with a P, pitchin', because it's a pitch.
I like that.
It's a little there. It's a little
Uh huh.
there.
It's the
It's not
for sure.
quite, but it's there. Like
Yeah.
pitchin' pod.
Okay, I have one that's it is a Spanish word. I know it's gonna seem fucking stupid or whatever. This is my dumb one. This is the
mine is also kind of like a Spanish slang word. My next one is. So it'd be funny if it's the same one.
All right, so there's like a Golazo show. So I was thinking like something show. I know it's very basic, whatever. But my number 2 choice is the Bombazo show. Bombazo just means like bomb, big ass.
That is my second choice.
Isn't
that funny?
Let's go. No way.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me show you something.
Yo, that's clean.
Isn't that crazy?
What the hell?
Granted, I will say the bomb is just I haven't even changed that. It's just something I found online. I was like, that looks clean as hell. And since we're not selling anything, it doesn't really have to be like
right. No,
you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, that is so, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna fucking lie. If we both had this one, that's kind of
it needs to be
wild.
Yep.
The other one, I can't find the note, but it was something like Boot Room or something like that, where it was like, I was thinking about this when I went over to the media day in Sporting Kansas City, and they have this boot room where it's like a speakeasy where like high owners go back in there and there's like cleats hanging on the wall and shit. That was my background.
It's like a Kitman room, but like a speakeasy type of thing. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that was like my second one, was something like that. But I mean, dude,
I think it has to be Bombazo.
Oh yeah. You know? Yeah, we can do Bombazo pod is clean. And so like I said, it works out. I think this is gonna work out. Definitely more relaxed, and then we'll just see how it goes. If we need to pick it up, we can pick it up. We get, you know, whatever happens. But yeah, I think this is gonna be real fun.
I think so too. Hell yeah. Oh, also, before we go, do you want to? I think it would be cool to have a Discord and let people join, have conversations in there. They can give topics that they want us to cover or whatever. Yeah.
I love that.
All right. So cool. I'll make one. And in the link of this, it'll be down below on the YouTube or wherever. So the Discord link will be in there, and we'll do that. And then we'll need to make the Twitter.
Sure.
This is very like this is the behind the scenes stuff that everyone's getting. So we'll get to make the Twitter. We'll need to make the YouTube. We'll need to make the TikTok. We'll need to make all of the things. So it'll hopefully just be a Bombazo show everywhere.
Yeah.
So go do the things. If not, we'll put the links down below on the YouTube video regardless. Kevin, it was fun. Cool.
Sweet.
All right, yo, guys, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks, guys. Ciao.
Bye.